Welcome to Top Nations Today, your daily global roundup. In this episode, we bring you the top 5 news stories from the 15 most influential countries shaping our world. Let's dive into the headlines. Australia. 1. Australia's central bank launched a real money pilot of its digital currency project. This trial could shape the future of financial infrastructure in the country. 2. The competition watchdog cleared Lactalis' bid for Fonterra assets, stabilizing dairy markets. The deal may enhance product availability and lower consumer prices. 3. Economists expect the Reserve Bank to ease rates in August following a surprise pause. This reflects hopes of curbing inflation while sustaining growth. 4. PM Albanese stated that Australia doesn't expect exemptions from U.S. tariffs. The government is preparing to boost domestic manufacturing as a response. 5. An anti-Semitism report caused backlash by suggesting deportations and funding cuts. Critics warn this may stifle academic freedom and social cohesion. Canada. 1. Canada's foreign minister is visiting Japan and Malaysia to strengthen Indo-Pacific ties. Ottawa seeks broader alliances amid growing tensions with China. 2. Ottawa is pursuing a free trade pact with Southeast Asia to reduce U.S. reliance. Officials believe this will open new opportunities for Canadian exporters. 3. TSX futures rose on trade optimism as talks with key partners continued. Investors appear confident in a resilient Canadian economy. 4. The government launched budget cuts asking ministries to slash 15% of spending. Critics say essential services may be impacted. 5. Nissan halted production of 3 Canadian models due to U.S. tariffs. The move highlights growing auto sector vulnerability. China. 1. China warned of retaliation over new U.S. tariffs, escalating trade tensions. Analysts expect tech and EV industries to be most affected. 2. Beijing urged the EU to stop criticizing its market access rules. EU firms continue reporting difficulties operating in Chinese markets. 3. EU lawmakers condemned China's rare earth export curbs. These minerals are vital to global electronics and EV production. 4. Southwest China floods forced over 10,000 evacuations. Emergency services are working around the clock to ensure safety. 5. Chinese solar stocks surged after government market reforms. Investors view it as a positive step toward renewable energy growth. France. 1. Political instability pushed investors toward other EU nations. France's budget crisis may trigger new elections. 2. Nestlé's Paris office was raided in a bottled water probe. Allegations of unauthorized filtration techniques have surfaced. 3. The Patrouille de France practiced ahead of Bastille Day. Their performance will mark a key moment in national celebration. 4. UK and France will unveil a joint asylum policy soon. The plan seeks to curb illegal channel crossings. 5. AC Milan got approval for an Australian tour. The friendly game aims to promote Italian football in Asia Pacific. Germany. 1. Germany may buy 3 new F-127 frigates to bolster naval strength. Defense spending is increasing amid geopolitical uncertainty. 2. SEFE signed a 3-year LNG deal with ADNOC. The agreement enhances Germany's energy security post-Russia gas cuts. 3. ZF announced cost-cutting measures as car production slows. The firm may lay off workers if demand doesn't recover. 4. Inflation dropped to 2.0% in June. Economists say this could delay any further ECB rate hikes. 5. Exporters resisted a U.S. trade deal, calling terms unfavorable. German industries want better protection for tech and machinery sectors. India. 1. India will issue 1 trillion rupees in bonds via SBI to boost lending. It's part of a broader capital mobilization strategy. 2. Rossell Texas aims to capture 15% of defense aircraft share. The company is investing in R&D to meet the goal. 3. A trade team is heading to the U.S. to discuss tariffs. Talks will focus on agriculture and auto sector access. 4. Jane Street's ban led to a dip in options trading volume. SEBI may revise its algorithmic trading rules. 5. Glenmark Pharma signed a global cancer drug pact with AbbVie. The treatment will be tested across multiple regions. Israel. 1. An Israeli airstrike killed 10 children and 6 adults near a Gaza clinic. International calls for a ceasefire have intensified. 2. Hamas claimed it shot down an Israeli drone over Rafah. IDF confirmed equipment loss but gave no details. 3. Ceasefire talks stalled after Qatar mediators withdrew. The diplomatic impasse increases risks of wider conflict. 4. Protests erupted in Tel Aviv over military exemptions. Demonstrators demand equal service obligations for all communities. 5. IDF warned Hezbollah is testing red lines. Skirmishes were reported near the northern border. Italy. 1. Italy became the first EU country to ban microplastics in cosmetics. The ban takes effect from January next year. 2. Milan's heatwave hit 42 degrees Celsius, triggering water rationing. Hospitals reported a rise in heat-related cases. 3. Rome hosted Libya peace talks urging elections and oil revenue transparency. UN observers attended to monitor outcomes. 4. Farmers protested against EU pesticide limits. Demonstrators say crops are already suffering from climate shifts. 5. Italy increased naval patrols in the Mediterranean. The move follows a rise in migrant boat arrivals. Japan. 1. Japan signed a patrol pact with the Philippines. It targets growing Chinese maritime presence. 2. Tokyo's inflation rose to 2.6% in June. BOJ may reconsider its ultra-loose monetary stance. 3. Japan will launch a moon lander with UAE payload. The mission showcases regional cooperation in space. 4. Fukushima water discharge entered Phase 6. China renewed condemnation amid global scrutiny. 5. PM Kishida survived a confidence vote. However, public approval has dropped significantly. Russia. 1. Russia claimed gains near Donetsk. Ukraine disputed the claims amid heavy shelling. 2. Putin met African leaders to promote BRICS expansion. Moscow seeks stronger non-Western alliances. 3. Russia tested its Sarmat missile during Arctic drills. NATO forces elevated regional surveillance. 4. Kremlin threatened to expel Western diplomats. Tensions grow amid latest U.S. sanctions. 5. Inflation rose to 5.3% in June. The central bank hinted at a rate hike. Saudi Arabia. 1. Crown Prince MBS met China's envoy to discuss joint oil pricing. The move supports BRICS energy independence. 2. Aramco signed a $10 billion hydrogen deal with Germany. It's part of Saudi's Vision 2030 green push. 3. Over 2M attended Hajj this year. Health authorities reported smooth logistics post-heatwave. 4. Dress codes were tightened in Riyadh malls. Authorities say it's to preserve national identity. 5. OPEC Plus urged compliance from members amid overproduction. Iraq and Angola were named in the report. South Korea. 1. President Yoon met Biden to reaffirm Indo-Pacific ties. Tariff talks were high on the agenda. 2. South Korea launched a national AI export strategy. It aims to rival US and China in tech leadership. 3. The K-pop strike intensified across labels. Workers demand improved rights and fair pay. 4. Samsung secured a $5 billion chip deal with Intel. The deal boosts Korea's semiconductor dominance. 5. Seoul accused North Korea of GPS jamming near DMZ. Flights and navigation were briefly disrupted. Turkey. 1. Inflation in Turkey hit 71.6%, a decade high. Economists warn of public unrest. 2. More troops deployed to the Syrian border. Ankara cites Kurdish militant threats. 3. Istanbul floods displaced 5,000 plus people. Emergency services worked overnight in submerged districts. 4. Erdogan met Elon Musk to pitch Tesla factory in Ankara. Talks focused on EV expansion in Turkey. 5. 40 people were detained for fake news online. Free speech activists condemned the crackdown. United Kingdom. 1. PM Starmer and Macron to unveil joint asylum policy. The deal targets cross-channel migrant routes. 2. Pound rose as inflation cooled to 2.1%. Bow may pause rate hikes in coming months. 3. UK will rejoin the EU Horizon research program. Scientists celebrated the long-anticipated decision. 4. A luxury home tax for foreign owners was proposed. Lawmakers debate its impact on the housing market. 5. BBC staff extended their strike for another week. Journalists demand editorial protection. United States. 1. White House reaffirmed 10% baseline tariffs. Officials say it's part of a fair trade reset. 2. Biden met NATO leaders in Brussels to push unity on Ukraine. Cybersecurity and defense spending were major themes. 3. Trump held a rally in Arizona calling to ban mail-in voting. His remarks drew sharp reactions nationwide. 4. NASA revealed a lunar outpost plan for 2028. The project will test human survival beyond Earth orbit. 5. The Dow closed at a record high. Gains were led by tech and defense stocks. That's your global briefing for today. Like, subscribe, and join us tomorrow for another round of worldwide updates, only on Top Nations Today.